all good.
Sweet.
Right, I think.
Two.
Well, I've
Another one.
Well, I've started the stream, but it's not. Oh, here we go. I think there's something going on my stream. It's just a black screen. It shouldn't be pushing a black screen out. It should be pushing the Mojo signal. I still say not. Ah, there we go. We are live. By the looks of it. Cool. Right, you ready?
Yeah.
You guys ready? Steady and go.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And a 3. And a 2. And a 1.
Welcome to Mojo Radio, the official podcast for MojoInteractive.net. Enjoy the show.
Hello everybody and welcome to Mojo Radio 405 well, we're doing it today. So today is Sunday the 20th of November 2016 and joining me today is
Me, Urban Big P. Hello.
Live from Dan's Pawn Dungeon, Cinema Dan.
Good evening, everyone. Sensei Switch.
And it's me, 5 large fries.
how we doing?
Yeah?
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah?
How's this
Cool.
work then? So we just basically just talk the usual shit, but we have to edit ourselves as we go along.
Pretty much, and I've just realised we're doing the Twitch stream and Twitch is saying that I'm streaming Final Fantasy 14 because I forgot to change it. So I'm not sure. Carl, what do I change it to again? Gaming Talk or something?
Yeah, gaming talk. Or gaming talk show, something like that.
That's
Change it to Pal Talk. Do you remember that?
No.
Obviously not. No. It's
No,
just
no
back
idea
in
what
the
that
AOL
was.
days. It was just like CD chat rooms, mate, back in the day. Sorry.
CD chat rooms. That's that where you used to hang out.
No, I used to hang out around the mates, and they used to go in there. There used to be a room called like the abuse room, and people just used to go in there and like slag each other off.
Sweet.
So was that your training grounds?
No. I'm self-made, mate.
Oh dear. Oh dear indeed. So Dan, it's good to see you again.
Yeah, I turned up 2 weeks ago, but you couldn't get your computer working.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something happened, mate. It
That's-
just wouldn't work. And it's nice to see you as
In
well,
fact,
Phil.
I was retired longer than Mr. Stuntmaster.
Lol.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I was. Oh dear. I knew you'd come back. Oh well.
They all come back.
Stunty can't stay away, mate. You know, it's just it's too good on the Mojo.
Mhm.
He misses us all too much.
I think it was all to do with that mini NES as well, wasn't it?
The mini NES, yes, we did talk about that last week.
Okay.
I haven't actually played it. I've only played it once since I got it, so it was really worth the 60 quid.
You pay 60
Oh, how
quid
much?
for it.
How much was it, Leon? 50 quid, 60 quid? Oh, I can't remember. It was on Amazon anyway. 50, 60 quid, something
Yeah.
like that anyway. So
£49.50.
there you go. That's close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, second week in a row that we are now live streaming this on Twitch. We currently have 6 live listeners, and one of them is me. So, woo!
That's like
Hello,
liking your own
vouchers.
tweet.
That's it, mate.
Guys, mate, you are going up against Planet Earth 2 at the moment on BBC.
Oh,
Well, I just want to say
Yeah.
hello to the first person who's actually said hello in the chat, Manzuzma. He says hello from the
Hello.
Bay Area.
nice.
Hello.
Oh.
He's from America. Hello.
Is he? Hello. He would be, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Unless there's a Bay Area in the UK, but I don't think there is. Anyway, so
Yeah, there's a couple.
I have played quite a few
Herne
games this
Bay.
week, guys.
Bay, Whitstable Bay,
Woo!
Morecambe Bay, all the cockles and everything.
Oh God. Well, let's talk about some games anyway. That's what we're here for. I'm
Yeah.
not going to talk about Final Fantasy 14, even though I've played it loads.
Yeah, I've played
I'll
it,
probably
but I
save that
wasn't
for.
talking either.
Switch has been banned as well for this week from talking about it. Because looking at the show notes, we've actually played quite a lot of games between us anyway.
I think we've already spent enough time you talking about that game existing in the first place this week,
Dude.
so let's carry on.
Oh my god! Right, so I just want to mention about
here we
Final
go.
Fantasy 14.
Oh,
right?
here we
Oh,
go.
fuck it.
You know, no, and this is nothing to do with the game itself. This is basically, you know, I've only been playing it on Steam since I built my PC. So when did I build my PC? A couple of months ago, something like that.
About
Not even
Yeah.
that. And I've only played it on Steam since I got the PC. Since I built a PC. 219 hours I've put into Final Fantasy 14 since I've built my PC.
that. Nice.
That's a lot of hours.
That is a lot of hours. That's a stupid amount of hours.
Wow. Anyway, so I'm going to talk about some games. Just going to quickly say hello to KC fans Biv and Hogarth. KC's from
Hello.
Texas. He's obviously a Kansas City fan, a Royals fan. And Hogarth's from Yorkshire. He's not on the podcast this week. Why not? I don't know. I'll have to find out later. Anyway, so
Did you invite him?
I did ask him if he's in.
Ah.
Yeah,
Rejected.
so my cat is currently eating paper on the floor. Anyway, so I've played some games this week. Some on the PC, which I'm going to talk about first, and then move on to the Sexy Box 1, which we all know is the greatest console of all time. So, I have been playing... LOL! I was waiting for... Yeah, so I've actually been playing on the PC Skyrim Remastered. Been playing that quite a bit this week. Absolutely loving Skyrim. I know Switch has been playing it on the PS4 Pro in 4K.
Can I talk about something else while we're on this subject?
Of course you can.
I was lucky enough to attend the world's first Skyrim concert this week, just gone, up in London.
Was it the Philharmonic Orchestra?
It wasn't the Philharmonic Orchestra. They were called like the White Run something Orchestra Band or something, just like a
White
weird
Run.
parody on something in the game. But it was obviously like this ragtag group of orchestra people that have all got together to sort of like all play the music from Skyrim. Unfortunately, they didn't have the sort of like full rights, I think, from the actual composer Jeremy Soule. So what we actually got was like a weird hybrid remix of all the music. It still had all the themes and everything in there from the original score, but they just riffed on bits. So they'd add like vocal bits or like extra guitar bits and things like that, and like violins and things. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Really, really enjoyed it. They also surprisingly played like a complete 15-minute medley of like Oblivion songs, about a 10-minute medley of stuff from Morrowind, which is like possibly my favourite game of all time, and also played the opening theme to Fallout 4, which was pretty cool. But yeah, if you're into that sort of music from those games, which come on, you pretty much should be, because it's like some of the best out there for video game soundtracks. If it actually carries on and doesn't get shut down by the composer or something, I highly suggest trying to get older tickets to go to one if they do more of them in the future. I for sure would definitely attend another one if they did it anyway.
Good. I mean, because we've always been fans of these video game concerts, Switch, haven't we? We've been to all the Final Fantasy ones in the UK and also Video Games Live, even though I heard that the latest
right.
Video Games Live was a bit shit.
It's constantly going around the world, isn't it? I think they were in Mexico the other week when I was looking on, because I obviously follow like the Twitter feed sort of a thing. But it obviously as well depends what you get, because they obviously don't perform the same songs at every venue, do they? They obviously have like a couple of favourites and such, but they will mix and match it up.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could get one where it's like, they're not really playing much of the things I like, but they generally cover a really big enough range of games anyway that there should be one or two there that you'll enjoy anyway.
Awesome.
So
So
that.
there's not a lot I can actually say about Skyrim Remaster because it is basically just Skyrim. I just wanted to mention that I've been playing it. I'm really enjoying it again, and it's still a great game, even though the combat is a bit janky. Just the exploration of the world, the story, the side quests. I've not actually done any main missions yet. I've just literally been doing the companion quests. They seem to go on forever, and I'm just having a good time with it. So
Cool.
yeah. Fun times indeed. So, what else have I played this week, guys? I'm going to have to mention it, Dan, even though you really don't want me to. The Crew.
It's like we haven't moved on in 2 years.
Yep, so actually...
Like Final Fantasy 14, Skyrim, The Crew. What the fuck is this?
So, The Crew... I know.
2014.
I
So,
know.
so I just want to mention that The Crew...
A much happier year, I have to say. I admit that.
That The Crew is actually hitting its 2-year anniversary now. I can't actually believe it's been that long since it launched.
2-year anniversary. 2 years have gone past. 2 rotations around the sun. Brilliant.
Yep, so we've had the 2 rotations around the sun, and The Crew is still alive and kicking. I'm playing it on PC now, because the Xbox version just is a broken mess. So...
How is it a broken mess?
It just won't fucking load for me. Literally, it will not load. Every time I click
right.
play, it just locks up my whole console. So I don't know what's wrong with it. But anyway, I've been playing it on the PC with a couple of guys from work, and really enjoying going through the campaign again. Unlock some cool cars. The map is huge. They seem to have patched it a lot. It seems to be very smooth, and the graphics still look absolutely fantastic. So if anyone's got Steam, well, it's not.
Well, you're
it is
playing it
obviously
on the PC, so
yeah,
of course it's going to look better than how you remember it.
Yeah, so I'm playing on PC. I've only got about 4 friends on the Ubisoft thing. So, Webby317 on the Ubisoft app, add me, and we can play some of The Crew. That's all I want to say. Fantastic. Right, Xbox. Oh no, I've got one more PC game I've been playing. Armour 3. I don't believe none of you actually play this. I want to. If anyone's been playing this on the Twitch chat, just put your hands up, because I need some people to play Armour 3 with. I really, really do, because I've been jumping into some random servers, and I actually jumped into another really good server the other day. But I didn't really have a clue what I was doing. I was just kind of running around aimlessly, following the other guys and getting killed a lot. But it was fun times. I really enjoyed it. I just can't believe how big the map is on this game, and I really wish that they would bring something similar to console, because it's fantastic. It really, really is. So
Yeah, we haven't really had any decent sort of realistic army sims at all, have we? Since probably Flashpoint.
yeah, and that's actually gone backwards compatible on the Xbox One now as well. And it is a shame that it hasn't. That it hasn't gone onto consoles really, or something similar, because that is one of the reasons why I built my PC, because that's the sort of game that I sometimes want to play. So having something like that on Xbox One or PS4 would be fantastic. I really do think it would. So
Console.
but the thing is though, if you play Armour and you're a noob, the one thing to do is to go into the voice chat or into the type chat and say, guys, I'm new. Can you show me? And most of the time, you get really good people in there. So,
Oh, please help me! I'm a nub.
yeah,
And then your team killed them.
yeah.
I
So,
suppose the most we've got to look forward to on console would be Ghost Recon Wildlands when it comes to sort of like tactical, realistic shooter. But obviously, we don't know what it's going to be like yet.
no, I mean, judging from some of the betas and some of the videos, it looks really, really cool. So. And last thing, I know we had a bit of a nostalgia fest in last week's show, so I downloaded Return to Castle Wolfenstein on my PC, and had a quick go on that, and oh my god, it aged terribly, but it's still super fun, and I was the only person online in the whole world, so that game's dead. Yeah. So yeah, it's not good. Right, so we're going to get on to the cream of the crop now. I've played a few games on the Xbox One. One game is a brand new launch title, and I don't know if anyone else has been playing this who's on the podcast, but Watch Dogs 2. I've been playing that.
I haven't been, but I am.
I've heard the multiplayer's still broken.
I don't know. I've not tried the multiplayer. I've just been playing the campaign. Okay. Have any of you guys seen the TV show Mr. Robot?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Okay, so for those of you,
I think you'd really like it, Dan. To be honest.
I do too. I think that Watch Dogs 2 is basically Mr. Robot the video game. It is. It is really, really cool. So you're basically this new guy. You're a hacker bloke. and basically you got to hack shit. So no, so it's hard to say without spoilers,
So
and I've not actually got very far into the game. I've only played a few hours of it, so what I can say is there's some really funny references. So one mission that sticks out in my mind is there's a mission that's a massive reference to Knight Rider. If any of you guys have played Watch. So basically there's this TV show in the game which is basically Knight Rider, but it's not called Knight Rider. And your mission is to steal the Knight Rider car, and you drive it around like in Mayhem around the city to make your own spoof film trailer, because a film trailer for the new film came out and they wanted to make a spoof one, and it's just hilarious. Like, there's a lot of comedy in this game, there's a lot of fun in it. It's just a really good time, and from what I've played so far, I've just had so much fun with it. And you know, it's all the old Watch Dogs stuff. You can hack the street lights, you can hack people's phones, and all this sort of stuff. And it's just really, really fun.
Sorry, I was just going to say, I've heard that it pokes fun at itself as well, in the fact that there's apparently missions where you actually hack Ubisoft.
Sweet.
And it's basically sort of like them recognising the supposed hacks that they got that revealed like future Assassin's Creed titles.
LOL.
So there's supposed to be a mission in it where you sort of like fake hack someone to find out that something info about a new Assassin's Creed game or something. That's what I've heard anyway.
Cool. I mean, so far, I've not put a lot of hours into it, but I've had a lot of fun. There's a lot of side missions to do. Main story-wise, like, there was another. I don't want to give too many spoilers, but there's another one which takes the piss out of a massive rap star.
There's about 3. I've counted about 4 already.
No, there's a few. Anyway, it's got really good reviews as well, and it's got really good reviews for a reason. I know a lot of people were down on the first Watch Dogs. Please don't let that put you off. I implore you, give Watch Dogs 2 a go. I don't think you'll be disappointed. It is a lot of fun, and I'm so glad that I picked it up. It is fantastic, and such a great surprise. So,
yeah, I think if people aren't going to be picking this up soon, I think quite a few people will do, like in the January sales or whatever.
That's what I plan to do.
At some point.
awesome.
There's no point buying anything new at the moment. Wait for the discounts.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Titanfall 2 has dropped in price already, man. I'm more
I think
surprised.
Battlefront as well, wasn't it?
Battlefront, I think. Well, that's free to play this weekend. I think it's gone down to about a tenner.
Well,
I think.
Star Wars, that's coming to the Vault next month anyway. So
yeah, it is. Yeah.
they're trying to sell as many copies as they can.
That's taken a long time to come to the vault.
Well, it only came out earlier this year, didn't it? So.
No, it came out Christmas last year.
Oh, really?
You think of stuff like PVZ2 that was in the vault within like 3 or 4 months?
Well, it seems to be the shitter the game is, the quicker it goes into the vault.
Fuck off.
So.
Balls, so you know that's maybe no. I mean, I was playing Mirror's Edge Catalyst this month, and I think that as far as I'm concerned, that's only just come out, and that went straight to vault.
That went
because it's sold
a couple of months, isn't it?
4 months
Yeah.
ago.
It's all right. I mean, I've been playing it; it's quite good. It's still got the kind of pick up and hopefully get to the top of the skyscraper kind of mechanics. It's just it's open to constant fuck ups if you're a bit kind of out of the loop with gameplay, like I am right now. I can't play games for shit these days, but I thought it was quite pleasant. It was all right.
Cool. Right.
Anyway,
So I've only
carry
played
on.
a couple more games. Rainbow Six, I'm still playing that, and I see that a few more people in the community have picked this up recently. Still a great game. We did mention last week that they have said that they are going to be supporting this game for at least another year with updates, new maps and
That's
characters,
brilliant. etc.
which I think is
that's great news.
fantastic. Because games don't seem to be supported for long these days, but
Yep.
it's nice to see that they're still supporting this.
Even if they would,
so-
they would bring out another title and try to bring some more money out of it, but they're supporting it. All the maps
Yeah.
and all are going to be free again. So it's really good. Really glad they're getting behind it. And the game seems to grow in popularity from its launch. It didn't
Which
have
is
a great
good to
launch. And it's,
see. Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
really enjoyed it at launch because it's very tactical, and as I say, that's something that's been missing since these consoles have launched, and it's just a great fun title, and it brings me back to the days of the Rainbow of old. So great game, and I'm glad you've got it, Phil, as well. So
Yeah.
we'll make sure we set
I've
some
got it on both
sessions up
consoles.
this week. So I do want to mention that the Xbox group that we have, the Mojo Interactive group, as part of the new Xbox update, is going strong. We've got over 170 members now. The chat room is really, really buzzing. People seem to be setting up gamer nights on it as well. So, and I know, obviously, we have community members on the PS4 as well. But I don't think the Mojo group seems to be as popular over there.
Nope.
It seems to be Xbox, but I do want to push out the Discord. And I know people are, oh, Discord, oh...
Bring
but-
out your dads. Bring out your dads. Bring out your dads.
It's not dead yet.
It's not dead, so I've actually been
Fucking
using
will
it.
be the end of the week.
So there's this app called Discord, and Collie Wally found it, and everyone's been taking the piss out of him. But seriously, you can download it on your phone, you can have it on PC, and it's basically a chat. It's a Mojo chat room. So if I give the link out on the Facebook and Twitter
Discord
group
is great,
again,
to be honest. Yeah.
yeah, it's really
Yeah,
good.
it doesn't. It's not just a text chat room. It's
No,
like
it's
full
voice.
voice chat and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you can do that on your phone, which is fantastic. Like, I've got a couple of Discord groups that I'm in at the moment, so it'd be nice to join another one.
yeah.
Is that where he goes heavy breathing, is it?
Yeah, so join the Discord. I'm not actually so I'm going to invite people. I'm actually going to invite everyone in the Twitch chat right now, all 9 people.
I've got to click it very quickly.
So yeah, so it is really, really good, and it's a great way for people on multiple platforms to talk to each other from the community. Because I know some people don't have PS4, some people don't have Xboxes or PCs or whatever. We've got different voice channels in there, different chat rooms going on. You know, join in the fun. It's absolutely brilliant.
It'll be a program that will really hit its stride once more companies embrace like multi-platform gaming across all platforms with the same game.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I just wanted to pimp those out because I really want the whole community to know about them, about these different ways that we can all talk to each other and get together and game. Anyway,
Go.
yes, Dan, I know you're tired. Anyway, so I've got 2 more games to talk about. One's brilliant and the other one's absolutely shit. So I'm going to talk about the good one first. So the good one is Battlefield 1. I've been having a lot of really good gamer sessions on this past week as well with various members of the community. It's really great to have a game where I can just jump on my own, and within 5 to 10 minutes, people are randomly joining me, joining my party chat, and we're all having a really, really good time. It seems to be a really good community game at the moment, along with, I know people have been playing Overwatch, and what other games have people been playing? Forza, and I've not really seen anyone playing Call of Duty though, which is quite surprising. Is it kind of dead in the water this time?
Dead on
round, or what?
arrival, that game is shit.
Okay,
I mean,
that
what?
is.
I've actually heard from various people that the campaign's actually a lot better than people expected it to be.
Nice.
It's apparently quite very open end and sort of like a bit exploratory as well in places.
Nice.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
I've been watching some
What about
streams
the
of
multiplayer,
it.
though?
No, I've never been a multiplayer Call of Duty guy.
I mean, I've been watching some streams of it, and the multiplayer does look quite, it looks like Call of Duty. So I'm guessing if you're into that, then yeah. But if you've got Titanfall, I suppose you've got the next Call of Duty anyway. So, yeah. So Battlefield 1, getting back on topic, still a great game. Please play it with me. It's fantastic. Thank you very much.
Go to the Discord chat, and so he can talk to you and not us about it. There
Right.
we go. Job
The
done.
last
Here's
game.
something really
Go on.
quickly.
Yeah, go on, mate.
You were saying how like Rainbow Six Siege is being supported for another year and all this sort of stuff, right?
Yeah.
I've just noticed it in the Black Friday sales thing on Xbox. £15.
Fucking bargain then. Pick it up,
Bargain.
people. 15 quid.
And they've also got The Witcher 3, which I was banging on about last night on Twitter. The Game of the Year edition, $17.50.
Black
That comes
Friday
with both the
sales on
DLCs.
Xbox have been really, really good, and I've not bought one game on there, so go me.
Yeah.
Because I have them all.
Yeah, so the last game I've been playing this past week, me and Peebs are still trying to finish the Gears of War campaign, and
nearly finished it.
For fuck's sake, we've been struggling because this game
Why? What's wrong?
is literally going to go on my pile of worst games of the year, and it's definitely
mate,
going to be number
well,
one
I
in
wouldn't
that
say it's
category.
horrific. It's just
it's-
disappointing.
Switch, you threw the disc across the room and smashed it into 3 pieces.
Yeah, that was
I don't
a,
think
that
you
was
can
a
say
rage
it's
fit.
not shit.
That was a rage fit. Like, I'm just saying, it's
In all
just
honesty,
disappointing.
In all honesty, Webby, you're not the best player when it comes to teaming up with when you're doing a shooter. And Peeves tends to be the one when playing Gears of War to stand at the back, go and have his tea, and let you drag him through. So no wonder you're struggling.
He has walked away. He did walk away a couple of times.
Yeah,
actually,
it was
when
a
I was
party.
listening party.
But the
Webby's
thing is,
like,
right,
what
we are
the fuck are you
playing
doing? Oh,
I don't know what it is. We have struggled on so many on so many sections, and it's all been because of Peeps dying all the time.
Because he's been having his tea.
It's just boring, mate. The campaign is boring, and we've had to replay sections about 20 times for finishing it. It's
That's
just
because you've got the
fucking
skill.
crap. Oh, dude, I've got
Nub it down the-
skills. I've got skills that kills, mate.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
come on.
Nub it down the casual and just walk it.
No, because I want my
Job done.
Chivos. Yeah, so if you see me on
What are you playing it on?
If you
What are
see me on
playing it on?
Battlefield, mate,
Which mode?
I kick ass. Hard
what-
mode, or whatever it's called.
Hardcore. Okay, whatever
Yeah.
you call it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're playing okay. I play in the normal mode because
Yeah,
I'm only playing on Beyond.
Noobs.
Like I said last week, I did hardcore on my own, and I found it a fucking
Yeah.
cakewalk.
It just seems like there's
There we
too
go.
many wee horde sections throughout the game.
Yes.
Each level will have a horde section, and it just seems like a bit of cheap gameplay. They could have put a bit more into it. I understand they want to show you the horde mechanics, but they did that in the early part of the game. Don't do it every fucking level, where you're having to take out 3 or 4 waves of just endless enemies. It just gets a bit repetitive. But
just like the fucking boss in Halo 5.
Which
I'll tell you
one's
what
that?
was funny.
The one you
Oh, the
fight
one on-
about 8 or 9 times.
Oh, that one. Yeah. I know the
Yeah.
one. Yeah, I've only seen him 3 times, so he's coming up about another 5. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
God, something to look forward to.
And graphically, like I'm not blown away by it like I was in the
Really?
360. Like in the 360, it was like, whoa, this is next gen. Whereas this Gears of War, I don't think it's that beautiful. It's that much of a step forward. Maybe more the scenery and the skyboxes.
Oh,
But
the weather effects and that are awesome.
Oh yeah, they're really good. But I just think it's very bland, and it hasn't.
I've seen some
moved
great
on.
set pieces in it. There are some phenomenal pieces.
I just think that
Microsoft,
Microsoft, for exclusive games, they should have stepped it up a little bit better. I really do think that so far this generation, the PS4 has been stomping over the Xbox when it comes to exclusives. I really do.
I don't know. I think you're being a bit harsh. on it.
Gears
I
is
mean,
just disappointing.
I don't think it is, but but then again, I haven't finished it because I've basically been too busy. But I've liked what I've played so far, and that's including the multiplayer.
I haven't
So,
tried the multiplayer at all. I did play like the horde with you. We got the horde like wave 40 before I had to go. Or
Well, that's a great
I
time.
could-
I think Arms Race is really good. That's some great fun. But again, you are facing against the hardcore players of Gears a lot of the time. And
yeah,
God, they are fucking sharp. Jeez. So it's how easy do you get frustrated at Gears? And sometimes I've found if you play with people who get frustrated easier, it kind of just reduces the whole experience. If you're able to get shot in the face with a shotgun and laugh your head off, great fun. But too often I've had people, sorry Paul, moaning about ping and and kind of people having
Never
better
play with me
better-
then.
have better connections and therefore they're able to shoot you first. I'm like, no, you're missing. You just have some fun, for crying out loud. Just accept that there are also a lot of good Gears players out there who will roll and shotgun you in the face and roll away again.
There's a lot of
enjoy
people out
them.
there that
Paul
don't know
does
what a
know
good
a lot.
game is.
Yeah, because he used
Yeah.
to play number 2, didn't he? So he
Yeah.
remembers like host advantage.
Oh,
and-
I remember that as well, but I don't think it is as bad as 2. No way it's near as bad. I don't think it's an issue, to be honest with you. But hey ho, it can be frustrating if you're getting walked over. But if you're kind of just giving up a lot of the time, and it kind of lessens it for everyone else in the team. Sorry, Paul. There wasn't a dig at you, it was a dig at everyone who kind of moans about video games and people cheating when in fact it's just they're all really, really old and like me and incapable of playing video games anymore.
Skills
I'm fucking
tipping
terrible.
away.
I get when I go in Street Fighter 5 now, I get fucking cakewalks. I can't fucking play that game to save my life.
That's
I
because you're
think the
normally
only
too
problem
pissed.
is with games like Street Fighter 5 and that, they are generally for the hardcore that generally play
Yeah.
that online. You'll very rarely
Exactly.
come across like noobs and stuff like that.
And they're making a mint out of those fuckers because of the card packs.
Sad
Oh, what on
bastards.
Gears? Don't even talk to me
Yeah.
about that shit. Yeah,
I know.
that's-
Well, there was someone on the Facebook group had a digital code for Gears 4 for sale, which I suggested they should talk to you because that will stop you throwing your next copy of Gears across the wall.
I'll probably pick it up again later, like in the January sale,
Yeah.
second hand or something. Because
No.
obviously it's really not. No, horde mode, man. I'd still
Oof.
enjoy the horde. When you get like four other people in there, you can have a really good laugh with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Sir Justice.
Hmm.
Anyway, that's all. That's me done. So I'm guessing we're going to go over to Phil.
All right. I've been mostly playing Deus Ex Mankind Divided this week.
Ooh.
Ooh, now I bought this at launch, and I have tried playing this maybe 5 or 6 times, and it didn't grab me. The tutorial part in the first level, it just seemed it just didn't grab me. It just didn't have that. It didn't pull me in. But I persisted with it. I wanted to just make use of it because I say I bought it at launch and it's just been sitting there, and I didn't want to add it to my pile of shame because I really enjoyed the last one, Human Revolution. But so I kept on playing it, and I did like 3 or 4 missions, and then it clicked. And then it's just I haven't really been able to put it down much this week. Like I've put maybe 20 hours into it this week. It's been really, really, really good. It does take a while. Like the intro isn't great. It takes a wee while for everything to kind of get going, and it's kind of mundane. It's quite like all the characters are kind of monotone. There's not much you can relate to any character or whatever within the game. But then as you further progress into the game and start doing getting some of your augmentations, I've found it really, really good. And like I am playing it. So far, I haven't killed a single person. I'm 20,
Wow.
20 hours into it. I'm just going through methodical, trying to find. There's so many ways to go into, like, say you have to go in and infiltrate a building and go up to like the 3rd floor. There are so many ways to get in. You can just go in through the front door and go guns blazing if you want, or you can just find like a lift and get a key card and then find a wee vent that you go through and climb up some ladders and come out on the 3rd floor. I love all that exploration stuff, especially stealth wise, because I love my Splinter Cells and like.
Ever known anyone to play that game, Guns Blazing, or like the violent route? Because everyone I know who plays those type of games always goes the stealth route.
Yeah, I think it's just maybe because people there's not many stealth games like that, and whenever you can come across a game like that, it'll just take advantage of the stealth situation. Like there is a couple of like things you can come across, like a couple of conversations where you can kill them but like you know, I haven't used a gun against a single enemy. You can use like stun guns to try to evade them or whatever, but I find just like going invisible and hacking like computers and alarm panels and stuff is a more fun way to play it for me.
Do you still have the sleeping darts or whatever it was that was in the original?
You have something different. It's on a like augmentation, like you're an augmentation wheel. It's something that you don't start off with. You have to unlock it later on down the line. I haven't used that yet. I've been more focusing on how much battery power I have to go invisible and for more hacking abilities, and just trying to make myself not be seen whatsoever during the entire game. Like as I say, it was very difficult to get into, but now I think it's great. Once you've actually broke that, maybe, and it's hard to do the first 3-4 hours, but after those first 3-4 hours and you unlock Prague, you can go anywhere around Prague. It opens up, and I'm really, really enjoying it. I think there's maybe another 40-50 hours in this game for me to play. So
wow, I mean,
especially the way I'm playing it.
Did you play the game before this?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, did you enjoy that? Because I loved the game before this, and I've been really wanting to pick this game up, but at the moment, I just my schedule just will not allow any more games.
Yeah, it's similar. It's a lot more open. There's a lot more open of an open world this time, and you have seemed to have more better dialogue choices, especially with some of the like NPCs that you come across. Um, yeah, like you can still modify your guns and stuff if you want to go that way, but just going around listening to conversations and finding out codes that would let you in the door that you otherwise wouldn't have got into if you hadn't stood by and listened to a conversation. I find all that stuff is great. So yeah,
Cool.
took
I
a
look
while,
forward to playing it
but
maybe
got
next
into it.
year.
Yeah, really, really good.
Awesome.
Other game I spent most of my time with over the last few weeks is Titanfall 2. I picked this up on 2 consoles. I picked it up on the Xbox One.
I
And
just
the
want to
Jesus.
PS4.
say, firstly, before you mention Titanfall 2, I'm
Well,
really
yes.
annoyed that me and Kirk bought it when we did, because if we'd waited 2 weeks, we would have got it like 20 quid cheaper,
Yeah.
which is really fucking annoying. I just want to say that. Anyway, carry on.
Well, I bought it 2 copies physical, so I spent what was that? £84 on 2 copies. Right. Anyway,
Is it better on Xbox or PlayStation?
this.
Come on, let's get the fanboy wars started. And if you
There's
don't
more
say
people
Xbox, I'm booting you.
There's more people playing on PlayStation than there are Xbox. So when you go into the actual game and you see like the player count, sometimes like it'll show you like sometimes like 15,000 or 24,000. Whenever I was playing on launch around Xbox, it was around 24,000, and now it's down to around 12, 13, maybe 15 at times. On the PlayStation
That's-
4, I've seen it up to
That's not
40,000.
great, is it?
It's
Only
not
No,
great.
it's not. That's
No,
absolutely
it's not great.
horrendous.
EA, I don't know what made them release this game in between Battlefield and Call of Duty, like bang in the middle. Like it makes no sense whatsoever. Especially when the marketing behind both of those other titles, it just got surpassed unless you played the first game, I think. And this should have been Titanfall 1, what they've come out with. I haven't finished the campaign, and either of the 2 consoles have been just playing multiplayer. I'm up to Gen 3 now on the PlayStation 4 and nearly Gen 2 on the Xbox One. But the multiplayer is just so fast, so fluent. There's a lot more to unlock now. I think there's a lot more longevity to the game. You're always upgrading something. You're always getting unlocks. You're always getting new guns or new emblems or new shaders. I just think it's just flown so under the radar. It's just unfortunately, it's gonna fail badly.
I don't think it's
it
flown under the
deserves to.
radar. I don't think it has flown under the radar. I think it's literally like you say, it's got stuck in between a rock and a hard place,
Yeah.
in like a massive like boots on the ground shooter like Battlefield 1, and then you've got your futuristic Call of Duty, which has always had a huge following anyway. I think this game's going to find more of its feet around Christmas time when people start getting it for their presents or like picking it up in sales or around January time. It was just
really hope
like you
you're
say,
right.
just strange time of year to release it.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, they should have released it around like March. April time next year, once
Would've been
everyone's a
perfect.
bit sick and tired of like what they've had already.
Yeah.
Getting a bit bored of it. So
This game is reviewing better than Call of Duty or Battlefield 2. Battlefield 1, sorry. Like, this game should not be surpassed. You should pick this up and play it. This is the game that Call of Duty wants to be, you know. And this is the game, this is done by the developers that made the Modern Warfare that everyone raves about. So, like, I love this game. Like, it was my game of the year on Xbox One when it came out launch year. I think the game it just needs the support, and I just think this time again it's not going to get it. It's going to fade in the obscurity. It's a bit disappointing because what they have there is such a solid product. It's great, great fun to play with friends too.
I concur.
Just really,
and if you're holding out for the EA Access Vault thing, I think that'll also be one of the games that takes a while to end up in there.
yeah. Well, they didn't that was the only game they never gave a trial for.
I've got a
they knew
feeling
it was
that's because of the PlayStation. I think that's why.
Maybe. I just thought because it bombed so hard last time that they didn't want to give away a trial to put people off, or just to download it and play it for 10 hours.
Well,
They're
yeah,
not
but
happy
they
to
still
pay for it.
did like 1 or 2 beta runs, didn't they, of the game? So people got to play it there and then. So
The two open weekends, yeah. But yeah, love it to death. I wouldn't have bought it on 2 consoles otherwise. Like, I wanted to play it with everyone on Xbox One, and then my friends on PS4 were saying, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, and then I picked it up again. So yeah, so love it to death. Also been playing a bit of F1 2016. I picked up
Cool.
last year's, and it was okay. Last year was really good. This year they've added a career mode, which was missing last time round. Yeah, like I really enjoy my F1. I've always been a big F1 fan. I don't really get into many other racing games like Forza or Forza Horizon or Gran Turismo or anything like that, but I've always enjoyed my F1 games. And it just runs a lot smoother. There's like 21 tracks. In some racing games you wouldn't even get that many amount of tracks that you would like in this. But you don't have as many cars, obviously. But yeah, I really enjoyed going through. I started off with, I think it was Force India, one of the Formula One teams in the beginning. I'm trying to work my way up the ranks. But they've added this part in the career where if you do certain things in practice 1 or practice 2, like if you do 3 laps using minimal tire wear or do qualifying pace laps or stuff, and you'll get development points, which you can put those points into like developing your engine or your nose cone or your rear wing or front wing or whatever. It'll help you get a bit more speed. It'll help you race against the Mercedes or the Ferraris or whatever. So yeah, it's a lot better than last year's, and yeah, I've been playing that there too.
is it still Codemasters? Is it?
Yeah, it's still Codemasters that make it. Yeah.
It
It's
seems to be the only thing they make now, isn't it? Formula One.
Who made Dirt?
Codemasters.
True. Yeah.
Codemasters,
True.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the only 2 licenses they've got now. Yeah, but Dirt, I picked up Dirt at the time, and I thought Dirt was very, very difficult. Like as much as I tried to play that game,
I've heard
it
that
was
from
just
everyone.
so
It's
simple.
rock hard.
It
Yeah.
is solid, mate.
It is really, really tough. Like I remember playing parts of that, and you did like a 2-minute checkpoint, like point-to-point race, and sometimes you're ending up 45, 50 seconds behind first place, and you're just going like, what am I doing wrong? Like I'm not doing every other racing game like I'm coming first or second or whatever. It's just like, whoa, what's going on? Like it's so tough, but yeah. They really do really good games, but they really ever seem to do driving games. They don't do much else. Last game is The Division. I don't know if anyone else has been playing it since though. Recently.
Yeah,
Four
how are you finding the new update, the 1.4?
Now I've been playing it pretty much solo. Everyone else I was playing it with in the PS4 just have no interest anymore. But I just went in and just to see what it was like myself, and I've played maybe about 4 or 5 hours with the new update. I think it's pretty good the way they've now incentivized you now to go into the single player world, and you can go around those main bosses and get 2 high-end drops off guaranteed off every boss, and they respawn in every 4 hours. So if you are single player, you can go in, you can still get that high-end loot without having to go into the dark zone and having to work about getting caught out by 4 people as you come around the corner just as you're minding your own business. You know, that aspect of it is good. It's also good because normal enemies can drop high-end gear now, where it never used to be the case. And I think that's a great incentive for anyone to come back and try to get into it. Now, I don't know. I heard that they're releasing a new expansion, but I haven't heard much about it. Like,
it's coming out on Tuesday for the PC and Xbox One. I'm not too sure when it's due out on the PS4.
What is it?
It's the survival update where you, from what I've seen of it, I don't know entirely too much, but I did watch a live stream that like the developers actually did one week, and it looks like you're basically like crafting not only weapons and stuff like that, but actually like your clothing. Because your clothing will give you actually protection against the elements, and you need to keep your character warm. You need to keep them hydrated and fed and stuff like that. So it's just basically adding like a survival element to the whole thing.
Yeah,
like
on the
old
Twitch stream
survival
at the
games.
moment, I'm showing a video of that new stuff, and in the top right there's
Oh.
there's a bar saying "You are getting cold."
Yeah,
Oh,
so we'll know more on Tuesday, obviously.
Okay.
Plus, they're also adding World Tier 5, which and upping the
Okay.
gear score to like 256 or something, I think it is.
Okay.
But yeah, I did a little bit today, or not today, sorry, this week. I finished off got to like rank 40 on the underground to get that sort of all done
Wow.
and dusted before the like updates out on Tuesday, so I can sort of concentrate on that.
See, I haven't played this since any of that content dropped. I played it really hit it hard for about 3-4 weeks, and didn't go back near it. And I was going up and looking for the vendor that sold all the blueprints, and he wasn't there. So they've changed the game so much.
Yeah,
that you
he's
haven't left in
now
those
the
early days.
original vendor in your base is now actually down behind the
Yeah.
DLC guy.
Yeah. So they've changed it. They've changed a lot if you haven't played it from that like launch few weeks. Whenever you finish the campaign, didn't want to do anything else. It seems like
Yeah.
they've done a lot more to it now. It's getting supported at least.
Cool. Is that the last game you're going to talk about, mate?
Yes, that's me.
Okay. Before we move on to the next person, I did forget to mention one game that I actually played today and finished. And I did put it in the Facebook group, and then I completely forgot to mention it. And that's a little indie game on Steam called To the Moon.
I've heard of this.
It's absolutely brilliant. So basically, it's a little indie game. It's only £4 as well. I'm sure you can all afford £4.
No. It will cost of a pint. I'll have a pint.
Oh, okay. Fair enough,
Carry on.
mate.
Awkward.
So basically, To the Moon is a really, really good little indie game, and basically it's a story of two scientists whose job is to make a dying person's wishes come true.
Bit like Jill will fix it.
Yeah, so basically they implant false memories into their minds on their deathbed. And basically it tells a story of you going into this guy's head, and you go through his memories to implant these other memories in there, so he can eventually, because his dying wish is to go to the moon. So you start off here. It's really weird. You travel through his whole past, starting from when he's old, going back younger and younger and younger. And it actually turns into a really emotional love story, and it's got some amazing music in it as well, some amazing piano music. I mean, just go on, if you go onto Steam, go onto the Steam store for this, it's like every review is just overwhelmingly positive. It's absolutely fantastic, and the good thing about this indie game is it will run on any machine. It'll run on like the most crappiest laptop ever, because it's literally like a pixel art game. It's just absolutely brilliant, and I really want people to check this game out because it is absolutely brilliant. So
will it run on my calculator?
yes, it will. It will run on anything. No, it is really, really good, and in all honesty, you know, this little indie company has done a fantastic job with this game. I'm really, really pleased with it, and they have announced that they are making a sequel, which I will pick up. This is just a really, really good game, so check it out, people. It's really, really good. I know you've all got at least a crappy laptop laying around somewhere with Steam on. Check this game out. That's all I'm going to say on the matter. Fucking brilliant. If it'd come out this year, it'd probably be in my top 5 games of the year. But it's quite an old game now, so. Who's next, anyway?
Might be
That'd be
me.
Dan.
Hello.
Go on, Dan. Cinnamon Dan.
Yes. I think the main thing I've been playing is Overwatch. With Collie. Who else is there? Super Stevo. Another chap who I can't remember your name. If you do listen to the podcast, apologies. And a cast of a few other people, I guess. I think new map's out now. There's a new map out, which I don't think we actually managed to play. There's a new kind of arcade mode, which has a whole host of different variations of match on there. Like some of them are better than others. It's pretty hit and miss. There's one in particular.
Am I
yeah,
right in saying that? Sorry, am I right in saying that they've taken out the whole multi-hero thing, so you can't have like a whole team of like bastions, for example? Now,
yeah, pretty much.
Yes!
There is a mode in
There
there.
is a god!
There is a mode in there which makes you go on assaults with nothing but support characters, and it's a fucking ball ache. If you're trying to play capture the point with nothing but your highest hitting character is probably Lucio.
Ow.
It was deeply frustrating just to say that.
But-
But again,
Zenyatta's really good.
yeah.
He's
well,
really
if
powerful.
you could work out how to use him, I'm gonna fucking clue.
Really? He's so
well,
easy to play.
Carl, I'm level 18 for crying out loud.
Oh, okay. All right, I got you.
I am a noob at that game. Although I'm pretty
Right.
good with Diva
Bear in mind,
and
when I
Soldier
when I
76.
when I talk about
Hmm.
my level, I've got 2 levels because I've got it on the PC as well, and I sort of dabbled between the two. And then for
Mhm.
a long time, I stopped playing, which kind of frustrating because a lot of the friends that I play with picked it up and then don't play it since. So I'd love to get back into Overwatch. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Collie, invite me next time.
Yeah, they have
Yeah,
also added the Sombra thing, didn't they, character in the latest update? didn't they,
Yeah.
as well?
She's like a
Finally.
hacker. She can she gets like she can hack med pack.
It's Watch Dogs
spawn
2
points.
all over again.
Yeah, and she can turn invisible and run really quick, which is invisible. And then she does this kind of purple wave thing, which I haven't quite worked out what does what yet. You can hack enemies or whatever. I don't know how it works.
I think you hack them and disable their like certain abilities. Like you can
Okay.
make certain characters not be able to heal other characters and vice versa.
Thank you, Switch, for doing the reading. As always, I usually jump first way into feet first into these things and try and work it out as I go along.
Carl,
yeah, but-
Colin says that he's invited you loads, but you don't ever accept, so...
My notifications
There's
are
your
turned off.
Well, turn
Like,
them on
I-
then, you noob.
Oh
turn
my
them
god,
on.
how are you gonna know then? No.
You should send me a message
Oh.
on. Oh wait, you can't because I got notifications on the Twitch
Can't you
thing.
just turn them on
That's,
just for Colin? Can you just turn on Colin's notifications? You can do that.
well, if you send me a message, I might get it.
That's not-
Anyway,
don't know,
I
it's a
saw that
promise.
Steve-O was streaming the game that you guys playing the other day, and I was actually the only person watching that stream, so
But
super
did you enjoy
popular.
it?
Not really.
Did you enjoy it?
No.
Well, you're a nub, aren't you?
Yeah.
Overwatch is fantastic. I have to say that it's a great team. When the team hits and we do really really well, it's kind of like high fives all round. But again, you know, if your team's not that good, you're going to get steamrolled. And you know you have to pick up again and then off you go. But we were pretty much getting like for every loss we're getting a win back, I suppose. And so the wins we were getting was spectacular. So a great game. And it's no fun if you're going to keep on winning all the time, is it? Let's be honest.
If you say
but
so.
Yeah, it's good. I think so. You've got to learn how to lose and lose gracefully
Yes,
in
you
life.
do.
Because life isn't all about winning. What else have we got here on my list? Oh, what was that? I'm going to talk about the NES Classic Mini Figgy Bob quickly. I didn't listen to last week, apologies, but it only was released a couple of days ago, so I hadn't had a chance. But I got my NES. It's lovely. I'm guessing you guys think it's dinky and quite cute at the same time. I like the fact you can power it off a USB mini micro USB cable, so I can plug it into my phone charger, and that works quite nicely. The 30 games, Donkey Kong, Mario Brothers, all the staple ones, loving the pieces. Donkey Kong was like falling, straight back into that, no problems at all, like a pro. The only gripe I've got is really it's about the controller, and it's not about the length of the lead before you start. It's just that it was never the best controller ever designed. Let's be honest. It was designed with the Japanese market in hand, and typically, 40-something-year-old man-child with giant man hands can't get the grips with it at all. It's ridiculous. Although now you can actually, I do have a Wii Classic controller I can plug in. And I think I have one of those new Smash Brothers GameCube pads as well with the same connector, so that would work as well. So I'll probably be giving those a quick go in due course. But by and large, very impressed with the package, to be honest with you, and I can see why they'll be flying off the shelves. I think some people have been selling on eBay for 150 quid, which is just ridiculous. Don't buy it at that price. Just stick around and you'll get one for about 50 quid in next no time. Or probably Game, which will probably end up charging about 70 quid for them because they're a bunch of arseholes. But yeah, I mean, again, Bubble Bobble, Pac-Man. I started playing Star Tropics today, which is on there, which is a I've never heard of before. I think when it flashed up, it was released in 1990. So it must have been one of those ones right at the end of the Naz's life. Started playing it. Looked like garbage, but as I progressed, it kind of changed. It became this kind of modern day S, very similar to Zelda, in kind of sort of dungeons, and you walk around with a yo-yoing bats and chucking fire at snakes and shit, and jumping around and doing puzzles. Very Zelda-esque. So if you've overlooked that one on your NES Mini, give it a go because you might be surprised. Because I never heard of it. Has anyone else tried that one?
Nope.
Or no?
Nope.
No one gives a fuck.
No one gives a fuck. I only got it for Donkey Kong and Mario, mate.
Is that it?
Yeah, all the other games suck balls.
God. Yeah, whatever. Gradius, played that. Excellent. Super Contra's on there as well, which brought a smile to my face because that's still rock solid. So yeah, it's gonna be. I wouldn't say my console of choice, but it's gonna be. It's in my room at the moment, so if I fancy a blast of old school gaming, it's really, really easy to set up. Oh, HDMI, lovely. Bubble Bobble as well, be playing that. Excellent.
Is it the Bubble Bobble, or is it a slightly different version?
I played Bubble Bobble to death, mainly on the C64 back in the day, and maybe the odd game of the arcades. This is pretty much, most of the tricks work exactly the same, because I know it pretty well. The only difference is, those extend bubbles that pop up.
Yeah.
They kind of stick around once you've killed all the enemies now, which is a bit odd, which took me by surprise.
They
Which
just
isn't
used to float down through the level, didn't they?
Yeah,
you got them or you didn't.
And then they disappear at the end once you've killed all the enemies. They stick around now. It's odd. There's a few little nuancing things which throw things off, but most of the power-ups are there. The levels look exactly the same. The gameplay's there.
It's still got Baron von Blubber.
Oh, he's that fucker's still there, definitely. But yeah, I mean, I just whizzed through the first 20 levels or so, going, "Oh, this is great." But yeah, it's not arcade perfect. But then, they've got.
Oh, it
Pac-Man
wouldn't be.
on
It's
there
the NES, isn't it?
Exactly. But it's slightly different. And then you've got the NES version of Pac-Man, which is a bit odd. Doesn't feel like Pac-Man, if I'm being honest with you, but it looks like it. But which brings me nicely segueing onto Pac-Man Championship Edition 2, which I've been playing quite a bit.
Does it live up to the original?
Not yet.
I know you really enjoyed the original.
Well, the DX version definitely, and the DX Plus, not quite. That said, I've been playing it a lot. I mean, I've managed to get my first S rank score, which is no mean feat. And I've only got one S rank score, which was nuts. Which currently, last time I looked, when I got it, that score was the 40th best in the world, and now I've dropped to about 49th on that particular level. The only thing they need to patch that shit, and basically what they need to do, they need to do an amalgamation of all your scores across all courses, and then rank you on that like the original, because that to me was the ultimate kind of pushing factor. It's all well and good ranking yourself on individual courses, but the overall score was the key for me. It's how far can you push yourself up that level? Where can you get, those extra few points that will push you, those extra few places up? And that's what was the driver for me that made that game. So they need to do that. And they don't have it in this one, which surprises me somewhat. Maybe they might patch it, or maybe they just ignore me and my advice, but I like it a lot. Let's just say that. There's a few bits and bobs. There's a few bits, yeah.
Dan, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
Go on then.
Is your microphone scratching your face?
I haven't shaved, yeah.
Yeah, I can hear it, mate. I'm just letting you know.
I know it.
That's all right. I'm just laying on my bed for you. I've pulled it away from my face now. Is that better?
Yes, much better.
Oh, yeah, way better. Yeah.
All we can do was you talking. It sounded like you're stretching your balls.
How's that? Is that good?
Oh God, no.
Oh. There go two of the listeners.
Yeah.
Have we
So
lost two of them?
yeah, I mean, Pac-Man Champions Edition 2 is really, really good. I just haven't bought the full version yet. Don't have time.
Yeah, it's good.
But yeah, it's good.
I like.
I agree.
Yeah, I like it a lot. And just to wrap up, really. Mirror's Edge I mentioned earlier.
It's in the vault now, isn't it?
It's in the vault. Yes, it's in the vault.
Oh, sounds
I told you all
Have
the
a look.
shit games going to the vault.
Well, it's good. I quite like this one. It's got a really nice tutorial. Just to say that. And it feels less fiddly than the first Mirror's Edge, which
The first one had to be quite precise, didn't you? On
yeah. It felt like you had to. If you didn't, well, look at it this way, you would have to stick in that game pretty consistently, otherwise you will forget the controls. So this one's a lot more user friendly. Well, I feel it's more user friendly, but you know. And what else was there? Oh, another mobile game. A mobile game I'm playing was Marvel Conquest of Champions, which is like a Marvel beat 'em up, which isn't really particularly intuitive. You just use your right and left thumb to block and punch and shit. It's pretty good. Is it pretty good? It'll pass the time, and there's a few bits of bobs to unlock. I won't spend any money on it. But there's an awful lot of characters to play with, so yeah, that's free. And then there's obviously Marvel Puzzle Quest, which we'll be playing consistently now, pretty much for 2 years plus every day. Our alliance is still going strong. We've still got 20 people in the alliance. Pretty much 18, 19 of us play daily, getting all the bonuses. It's all good.
I keep seeing you like talking about it in the old Twitter group and that.
Yeah, it's all good. I mean, it's fantastic to be honest with you. But then again, you know, if you would start out, you know, I'm not sure how kind of. I'm guessing it's quite good for entry level players. It'll chuck stuff at you quite easily. But it's got to the point now whereby the ceiling for a lot of people has almost been reached. So they had to kind of raise it with new characters, new functions, new giveaways. They got a VIP mode on there now, which you almost pay like a monthly subscription for extra bonuses, and it seems to be doing very well for them now. It's got over 100 characters to collect. I think I've got about over 70 of them. I've got 70.
Is that just the characters or the covers? Because I think each character's got multiple covers. As well.
Yeah, it's the covers. They've got over 100. I think 120 covers. I mean, I've got 70, something 70 or so. But they'll have, like, for example, they've just done a Doctor Strange. So they've done a 5-star character version of him as Sorcerer Supreme, and a 3-star, which is a lot more accessible for newcomers. So that was the first time they've done a 3-star character for about a year. They mostly now release 4 stars, which quite hard, quite tricky still to collect, because you have to kind of either spend money to get the packs, or you just open them willy nilly and you get lucky. Or you compete with, in P2P or PvE, but then again, you need to put the time into that. And I can, because most of the time, most of my days these days are sitting on a bloody train going up and from the south coast and back towards London, just sitting there staring out into the night, wondering what the fuck happened to my life, playing Marvel Puzzle Quest. Yeah.
Hey, speaking of trains, I did forget to mention the fact that we got on the wrong train heading back from the Skyrim concert, ended up in bloody Ramsgate, and then ended up having to spend £100 on a taxi to get home because all the trains stopped running by that point. Marvelous.
Would it be cheaper to get like a cheap B&B or whatever?
It is, but then we were saying well, we'd have to pay a taxi driver to get us to find a B&B. Then there's money for the B&B. Then we've got to get paid a fare to get home in the morning and stuff. And I just can't be bothered. I'd rather just
cardboard box, mate.
Go home now. Fuck that.
You should have just got 24-hour off license, shitloads of boots, park bench, job done.
Then stop tips. No. I just wanted my bed, mate. I was just sick and tired.
Fair enough. How did you fuck that one up? Did you forget to get off at Raynham?
No, we fucking took the high-speed rail link to St Pancras rather than the Victoria line, and then we got on the wrong train on the way back. because we just saw like Margate Ramsgate service, because obviously, as you know, the ones from Victoria,
Yeah,
they all go down the same line. But this
Yeah.
one, instead of turning left at Ebbs after Ebbs Fleet to obviously head towards Medway, it just fucking bombed it straight to Ashford. And then as we pulled out of Ashford, my mate's like, "We're on the wrong train," and I was like, "No, I think we're on the right one." And he's like, "No, the next station's Canterbury, mate." And then he was like, "Oh, that's all right. We'll just get off at Canterbury and jump on the other train going the other way." And I was like, "No, we won't, mate, because we're going to Canterbury West and we need to be in Canterbury East, and we've got 10 minutes to get across the other side of Canterbury to catch the last train."
Look at this is train spotter porn. Listen to him.
Right, any more games, Dan? Or?
Let me look at my list. I think that's it, really. I mean, it's the same old shit, really. I do try to play some. I played a lot of Overwatch yesterday. That was good, though. I've already talked about that.
It's probably not now. I think it is still free tomorrow, if anyone's listening and
Yeah.
still hasn't tried it. It had a free weekend, didn't it?
Yeah.
The first time they've done that. They've done that a couple of times now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or as I said yesterday, it's the weekend I don't have to get off the sofa to change the disc.
Nice. Right, so who's next then?
That'd probably be me, no doubt.
Yep.
Let me just double check everything just to make sure I don't repeat everything that people have already spoken about. Yeah, played a bit of Street Fighter 5. Obviously, bung that on to see what's been going on with that recently. They haven't really added anything new. I think they'd like bunged in Urine or whatever his name is.
Urinal.
Yeah, that's the one. I don't like that character, to be honest. I think he's shit to use. He's one of those ones where it's like he's probably pretty decent if you put in the time to learn him, but I was just like, no, he's just not a pick up and play type of character for me. I don't think I really enjoyed him much in Street Fighter 3 either, to be honest.
I thought he was pretty beast, actually, when I was playing him a little while ago.
Yeah, I just didn't find many of his moves like flowed well or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Everything, like where you are with certain characters where it's just like all fluid, and that's why I was like quite happy that they did like a really good job with like Rashid and stuff like that, where they actually feel like quite quick and fast and fluid to use. Still enjoy the game. If you pick it up now, you can probably get it for about like 20-25 quid, can't you?
It's on sale
considering
on the PS Network for like 15 quid last week.
Oh, exactly. There you go.
Get on it.
Because it's basically the full game we all expected when we all bought it now. With its sort of like story mode. I know you weren't a fan of that, Dan, but it's obviously, like you say, at the other time, it's got its lot versus CPU and all that lot in there now as well. And a few of the extra characters and such.
This chick's got her ass out. Like,
Who's
literally got her ass out. On the stream, it's just like, I don't know, it's Urine versus Yuri or something like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yuan, yeah.
whatever the fucking name is. I don't know.
I just picked a
looking at her
random one
ass.
on YouTube, mate, just for the Twitch. So
That'd probably be jury, yeah. The controversial person that they were moaning at that had been censored, but apparently it hadn't been.
She's got her ass out.
So
It's great.
yeah.
Still enjoying that anyway, here and there. I picked up this week a game I've been waiting for about a year at least since it was announced. It's been out on the PC for over a year now, but it's recently this week got released on the PS4, and that is Killing Floor 2. For those of you that don't know what this game is, it is basically a cross, in my eyes, of Left 4 Dead and Zombies mode from Call of Duty. You get like multiple wide open maps with various routes and stuff that you can take through them, and you basically kill zombies, or should I say Zeds, as they're known in the game, to basically make money, to buy new weapons or body armor, or refill your sort of grenades and stuff like that. Certain characters, I think it's all characters can obviously have stuff where you can like shut doors and like weld them behind you and stuff like that to obviously stop them coming through. There's multiple like character classes to choose, which they call perks in this. So you've obviously got like a melee class, you've got your medic class, you've got your assault class, you've got your explosive class, all the usual sort of things you can pretty much think of. And depending on the class you've chosen, depends on which class you're obviously leveling up. But as far as I know, you've still got access to the other weapons from the other classes. So if you were, say, a medic class and you start using like a commando's assault rifle, any kills you make with the commando's assault rifle will add that XP to the commando class, sort of a thing. So you're not necessarily all just penned in to just use those weapons for the said class you've actually used.
So this is basically just Call of Duty zombie mode, isn't it?
But less bullshit. As in
Right.
the fact that you can actually take more than 1 or 2 hits, whereas Call of Duty zombie mode, it's like slap, you're dead, back to the beginning, start again. In this, you've got like a syringe that you use to heal yourself, but it recharges over time. So I think it takes about 60 seconds for it to reel back up, then you can heal yourself again. It's basically like a team-based sort of like survival game with up to 6 people. It actually supports 6 people. There is like certain game modes as well, which are 6 on 6, where you obviously get 6 people playing as the humans and another 6 people playing as like the zombie type characters. Oh, pardon me. Yeah, there's a multitude of different levels to choose in this that actually take place, like biotics labs, haunted houses, sort of like burnt out, sort of like extraction camps and stuff like that. And obviously quite a few different types. One of them that actually was freaking the hell out of me the day I got it was called the Flesh Pound, which is basically like a giant tank-esque enemy with drills on his arms, and he goes absolutely ballistic, and he will just run after you, and he will only stop when he's beating on you. That's the only time he'll stop. So when you're running away from him, you can hear him thumping behind you with his drills spinning constantly, which is quite hairy. It's really fast, it's really fluid, it's really slick. Every time you level up each one of these sort of like technical classes, you've got to like ranks, I think it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You can choose one of 2 paths for like a perk for that character class. Like I leveled up the SWAT class to level 5 the other day. Unfortunately, the trophy glitched, which was a bit annoying, so I didn't get the trophy for reaching level 5. Don't know why. So I then had the option of either choosing a perk which lets me start each round or each game with 50% armor and another couple of little bits, or I could have had one that basically gives me no movement penalty when I'm looking down my sights. And it's also pretty cool in the fact that you're not locked in once you choose. You can switch between those as you see fit. Obviously, you're locked in before you go into a game, but it just means you don't choose one and then think, well, oh shit, I wish I'd chosen the other route, sort of a thing.
Cool.
Playing it on your own is a lot easier than it is with playing it with other people, which is bizarre. So I've completed like quite a few of the levels on my own, like just myself. But yet, when I've gone in with other groups of like 4 to 6 people, you get to the boss wave and you just get absolutely smashed to bits. I think it's because certain people in the game don't realise that you can shoot each other, so there needs to be like control on your fire, rather than just like aimlessly throwing grenades into some big boss who's hammering on all your mates, because you're going to end up blowing the crap out of them.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It wasn't even a full price title either. I think I picked it up for about £23-24, I think it is. And I think most places seem to be selling it for about 30 quid. I think on Steam it's about like 15, 20 quid or something like that. And they've basically been constantly adding like maps and modes and extra perk classes and things like that to it as it's gone on. But yeah, I've really enjoyed it so far, and I'll probably play a bit of it later on after I come off the podcast to actually hope to actually finish a mission with other people for once.
Does it do cross-platform play with PC and PlayStation or not?
No, not as far as I know.
Ugh.
Maybe it's something that they might patch in later as well. There's like some other weird thing that happens in the game as well. Like you've got something called like Z time, which is like if you get a successive amount of headshot kills, you go into like a slow-mo mode, which means obviously you do a bit more damage and it's easier to do stuff. And some of the perks that you can unlock later on for certain classes give you big advantages during this like slow down mode. I found like probably one of the best classes for that is like the sharpshooter class, which is like dual wielding pistols. You can obviously do a lot more in that short space of time. But yeah, if you like Left 4 Dead or games of that sort of ilk, it's worth checking out. There's like weird
Sweet.
collectibles to find on each level as well. So on the haunted house mansion, it was like these weird like Chucky doll type things that were laying around. You like shoot them and like you get like a relevant sort of trophy, or on Steam it's probably an achievement. And I wouldn't bet against this actually coming to the Xbox One as well at some point. I can
Cool.
imagine the developers probably will want to do that, but at the moment it's just on Steam and PS4. But fingers crossed. What else have I been playing next? It's like my phone keeps turning off. I had all my stuff sort of written down. Next game I'll talk about on the Vita is Sengoku Otome Legend Battle.
What
Which is
now?
one of my yeah.
How do you
One of
spell
my
that?
Japanese Sengoku Otome, and then Legend Battle.
Cool.
It's basically the samurai version of Koihime Musu, which was the Chinese legend version of this. It's basically your typical sort of like 3D brawling fighter one-on-one sort of game, or in some cases 2-on-2. Sort of just fighting game basically. It's pretty basic in the controls. You've got like a dash button, you've got a jump button, a standard attack button, and like a ranged attack sort of like special move button thing. I've found it slightly clunky in areas, but that's mainly due to the next game that I'll talk about being super fluid. It does a pretty decent job of that sort of type of game on sort of like the Vita, but I would say there are other games of its type that are slightly better. I just picked this up because it sort of passed me by when it actually came out, and I usually keep an eye on these sort of things.
Is
See
it
what
quite
they're
an old
like.
title then, or?
It sort of came out around August,
No, so it's not that
September
old
sort of
at
a
all,
time.
mate.
Well,
Couple
no,
of
yeah,
months.
compared to sort of like the other sort of things that I did sort of like pick up over the past week or so, it's sort of older. So yeah, I'll move swiftly on from that anyway, because there isn't really a great deal to talk about with it. It's a fighting game. And the next one is Fate Extella. I'm sure that's how it's pronounced. This is basically a game based on the Fate series, which includes like Type 0, Type Moon, Stay Night, Zero, which is basically the story of the Holy Grail War, which is basically fought between wizards who summon arcana in the forms of like Lancer, Assassin, Berserker, Caster, and stuff like that. In the actual series and stuff, each one of these arcana is usually based upon a famous person. So you'll have Lu Bu as a Berserker, or basically King Arthur, even though it's like a female version of King Arthur.
Is
for
this
some
like a
reason.
fighting, like a
Saber.
run-around fighting game? Because I'm streaming a game at the moment and I'm hoping it's the right one.
Yeah, it's probably the right one. It's basically a base capturing fighting game. It's like super slick and like really fast and quick pace compared to the other one. Because I played like the Otome one before, and then moved on to this one straight afterwards. And like this one seems so much more sort of fast paced and easier to do, and easier to do combos and stuff like that with. But yeah, you basically go through the story. You choose like either a male or female sort of like character, like magician, and then you obviously get the servants who are like the sort of like standard characters from all of the series. I mean, there's ones from each of the different types of iteration of the Fate series. So I've had ones from like Ryder from obviously the original Fate series turned up on one of the stages I was doing. You basically, yeah, fight through the levels, take over the bases, and basically take keys off of your opponent, which appear in the top right-hand corner of the screen. So you've got like red and blue. Yours are red, there's a blue. Once you've collected enough of these keys and you've taken over so many of the sectors, you basically unlock their sort of like boss to fight on the zone, and you basically beat the crap out of them to win the level. You've got a fair amount of different combos and stuff for each character using the different buttons, which will increase as you level the characters up. You'll get more combos and moves. You've got like a super move you can pull off where you like push the circle button and then keep whacking it to do more damage. You've got another one where you can pick up like 3 key cards that are basically dotted throughout the level, which will basically do another type of special where you'll suck everyone into like the dimension linked to the character you're using to basically pull off a devastating move, take loads of health off of all the enemies that are surrounding you at the time. And then you've also got another one, which is done by holding the L trigger and pushing the X button, which will basically summon your character's shit. I can't even remember what it is. I'd say Infernal Arm, but it's not Infernal Arm. It's basically like their ultimate weapon, as it were, like their secret ability, which just basically does a shitload of damage and everything. At the moment, this game's only out in Japan on the Vita and the PS4. I picked the Vita version because I've got enough stuff to play on my PS4 as it is at the moment. And it should be coming, as far as I know, to like Western shores around sort of January, February sort of a time, as far as I know. So if you're interested in the series as a whole or these type of games as well, I would definitely suggest checking it out, like looking at videos and stuff of it, because it might be pretty interesting. It reminds me in theory, although obviously the base capturing aspect is different, of like the Dynasty Warriors, Samurai Warriors type of game. It has that gameplay, it has that type of feel to it. And for the developer that's usually known for making like the Senran Kagura stuff, it's pretty different. This is way more to do with like your Koei Tecmo type of thing. So it's good that they're like broadening their horizons, the developers, to actually do this. But it seems really polished. I'm pretty impressed with it so far. And I've only sort of like just scratched the surface of like Saber's story. And then there's obviously multiple other characters' stories. There's side stories. There's hidden missions to complete. You can craft items out of things that are found on the battlefield. You can equip other like pick-up items to basically slot into your character to improve them, and then they can be leveled up through being equipped on your character and stuff.
Sounds like you put quite a bit of time into this, mate.
Yeah, I put about like 4 or 5 hours into it over the weekend while I was at work.
Working hard then, mate.
Yeah, as per usual. As per usual.
Awesome. You played anything else, or?
Yeah, I had a brief go on Macross Delta Scramble on the Vita as well.
Fucking hell, I've never heard of any of these games.
I bought like a fair amount of like Japanese games the last sort of like week or so. This is a Vita game only, as far as I know. It's based on the Macross Delta anime, which just finished airing a few months ago in Japan. It's basically a mech flight sim shooter stroke fighter type of thing. You fly around the levels, attacking enemies, but the whole thing with Macross is it's like a fighter jet that can turn into a robot. at whim, so you can have it in sort of like full robot mode, half robot, half flight mode, and obviously full jet mode. I haven't found out how to invert the controls on it yet, so I am like nose diving into the floor all the time, basically on it, because I'm just used to like inversion for my flight type games. There is actually a website that a lot of people probably know of, Play Asia. There's a part on their website actually, like one of the tabs somewhere hidden away. Well, it might be hidden or it might be open. I can't remember. But they've actually started putting up English menu translations for a lot of the Japanese import games to obviously help people out. And I noticed this was one of the titles on there, so I'll be checking that out to see what all the menus and how to change my controls and that are. To be honest, but it's got all the licensed music from the TV show, so it's got all like the Walküre stuff and that. It looks really good, but like I say, I've struggled to play it as of yet because of the controls.
Cool.
All I
had
can
a little-
see here is people going, "Oh yeah, where's it gonna go?"
What are you watching then?
The Twitch stream, obviously.
All right.
People spouting Japanese that I don't understand. Just like, "Oh yeah, this soda."
Good stuff. And the only other one I will briefly touch on, even though it's pretty much pointless me even mentioning it, is Grand Kingdom, which I picked up a while ago. It's about 6 months old, this game. It's like an army-based sort of like tactics-esque type game. But I started it up, and all I got was English language, and I'm like, I'm sure this was supposed to have had like a Japanese voice option, and I can't fucking find how you change the voices. So I sat through the tutorial on mute because I just can't fucking stand the fucking American voices on Japanese games.
You're weird.
And then just basically got fucking pissed off that I couldn't find the options to actually change it, and then just quit out of the game. But I have read somewhere online that you can change the language settings, but only after you've done the tutorial. And I'm like, right, because there was another game that done this bullshit, and I don't know why they just don't allow you to give the options on the dashboard from the get-go, because you're literally forced to play through like half an hour to an hour of the game with this cringy dub that a lot of people don't actually want. So yeah, hopefully I'll get back on that anyway, because I've heard a lot of good things about it, and it looks definitely like the sort of type of game that you could just sit and like plow a lot of hours into. Looks like, from what I've seen, it looks like it has elements of stuff like the Tactics series and things like that. So I shall
Cool,
have to
man.
wait and see. But yeah, that's it. I'm finally done.
Okie dokie. Last but not least, Carla 360.
I will have you know, it's actually 5 large fries.
Sorry, Carl. I went back in time there.
I know, it's fine. Sometimes, you fall asleep, you kind of forget these.
That's
Anyway.
not very nice.
I've been a dick. It's in my nature. First of all, breaking news: if you are a fan of Smite, they have leaked out some season 4 details. They're bringing Celtic pantheons into the game, which is going to be really cool. So instead of it being like your Norse and gods and stuff like that, you're now going to have Celtic gods, which is pretty cool. So-
Season 4, that's mad.
Yeah, it's been out for a long time, because what you got to remember is that it's been out on PC before it came out on consoles.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the games that I've been playing. So first of all, I'm going to talk about Smite Tactics. You can see it on the screen right there. I'm a little bit slow. Now, this game is so fun. Like, I have been really enjoying the living daylights out of this. It's only an alpha at the moment, so there's a lot of stuff that obviously will need tweaking and stuff like that. But for the most part, it plays similar to like what I would say is Hearthstone meets chess, or like if those two games had a baby, this is what it would be like. Because there's certain ways you can play this. So, for example, you can put a load of minions on the board and then surround the enemy leader and then essentially checkmate him, because he's then got to deal with all that kind of shit. It's really fun. There's a lot of like unique different minions and gods that you can play. There's obviously items and stuff like that, which equates to like spell cards in like Hearthstone. It's a really enjoyable game. You can sign up for the beta on Smite Tactics Alpha, beta.
Beta, tomato, fucking who cares?
Me and Paul were talking about this, Carl. It's not beta. We're going to start calling it batter, just to appease you.
Yeah,
Batter.
so
The Smite batter.
the Smite batter.
Yeah. Carry on.
I'm really glad you think I've got a posh voice when I do this shit.
No, it's not posh. It's incorrect. It's been Americanized.
Okay, well, who gives
Oh
a shit?
yes, Piff Poff and my tallywhacker.
Piss posh beta.
So, what would you want me to call it? Beta or batter?
Beta.
Beta. That's
Okay, so
the
you
correct
can
pronunciation.
Okay, you can sign up for the beta.
Thank you. Well done.
You
Have a biscuit.
twat.
No,
Yeah, so
that's the important thing. It's very important that we get to the bottom of this, okay? It drives me nuts. And Switch, you're just as bad. Stop saying beta, for fuck's sake.
it doesn't
been
matter.
talking to
be
the
fair.
Yanks
like
too
say,
much.
to make
It
it smart.
does. It fucking does.
It's a word. Who gives a shit? It's not as if I'm saying melee. Would that get on your heads if I wanted to melee someone?
Melee. What? That's what you got to. That could
Melee.
Be one, yeah, melee.
Melee,
That's
yeah.
that's fine. What's
So,
melee?
like, I'm gonna start calling it melee because it's spelled melee. Melee.
If you really want to, it doesn't annoy me as much as beta and beta.
Anyway, going off of that, if you want to sign up for the beta,
Yay!
you can sign up on smitetactics.com. You know, sign up there, and yeah, it's a really fun game. Definitely check it out. Like I say, loads of stuff you can play on it. Now, the other game that I've been playing, I've only played 2 games this week, and I think personally, if we're talking about games, we should probably only list 2. That's my personal opinion. You know, I'm just kind of prodding a fucking bear right here. So the other game is Paladins. This is coming out very soon on consoles in form of a beta. And this game is a lot of fun as well. So it's very similar to Overwatch in the fact that you obviously have like the hero-based system. It's a shooter, and the objective of the game, there's 2 different game modes at the moment. So you've got your siege mode, which you see right here, and you've got the payload mode, which is essentially it's the same thing, but you get to set up a defense beforehand. So that's more classical Overwatch. But what's really cool about this is people say, oh yeah, you know, they've ripped off a lot of stuff from Overwatch. And I think in some respects, some of it maybe has been inspired by it. But for example, the character you can see here, he looks very similar to Roadhog in the fact that obviously you've got the hook and then you've got like essentially, it's not really a shotgun, it's like his cannonball, but it's essentially the same thing. But he's got other abilities as well. So it's more than just the 2-3 different abilities that they have in Overwatch. It's a really fun game. Really unique, really enjoyable. Definitely check this one out. Again, you can sign up for the beta on, I think it's paladins.com. I will double check that before we do anything. Let me just give me a second. Pretty sure it is paladins.com.
Cool, was that it, Carl?
Sounds
Yeah,
right.
that is it. Yeah, I wanted to limit what I've played to 2 games. Otherwise, I could be here all fucking night listening.
Didn't you play the what's that card game in Witcher?
Gwent. Yeah, I've been playing that.
Gwent. Didn't they bring that out as a actual standalone?
Yeah, it's there's a beta going on for that as well at the moment. But like,
You get the hang of this. Well done.
I don't want to get insulted. I don't want to get bullied.
You don't get
No, I
bullied.
just pulled it up because I think I remember seeing you tweet something about it. That's all.
Yeah, like I have been playing it, but like I say, I just want to limit what I've been playing, what I talk about on the podcast to 2 games. Because like I say, I could be here all day talking about Gears of War, when Battlefield, the Call of Duty, which is fucking tripe.
Well, no one's spoken about Battlefield this
How
week.
bad is
so...
it? Come on.
Yeah,
come on,
I
Carl.
did. You weren't,
Tell us how
obviously you
bad.
weren't listening.
How bad is Call of Duty?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Right, so
Oh yeah, I want to know about Call of Duty.
So it's questionable. Like, there's a lot of stuff that they've changed that I don't like, but then there's other stuff that I do like. Obviously, it's gone with the whole fucking jetpack shit, which is so overdone now, and it's kind of frustrating in that respect. But the one thing I don't like the whole whatever the fuck it is, that when you first load into the multiplayer, you get this weird cutscene. That, get rid of that. I don't give a fuck. I just want to play the multiplayer. Then you got like different factions. Again, I don't give a fuck about all these factions. I just want all the unlocks there. I go into multiplayer not to fucking have single player shit fucking pummeled in. Like, fuck off with that shit. I'm really, really defensive about that.
Does it actually feel like COD still?
It feels a little bit like Black Ops 3, but then it's so futuristic. Like, you see here on screen, like, this is set in a space station, right? And when you kill someone, they fucking float. Like, what is that all about?
I think that's pretty cool.
It's cool.
SCRG, baby.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I want to pick it up just for that feature.
like,
Didn't
it's the only map with that feature in. I'm not gonna lie, but it's so
Carl.
frustrating. Like, when you're aiming
saying
down sight. Sorry.
Does it feel like classic COD? Because at the moment, as far as I understood it, Black Ops 3 had the no, it doesn't. Okay,
No,
so it's
not
moved on.
It's still wall running. There's still the fucking really stupid high jumps, and then you've got the dickheads with the fucking pro controllers that are doing those stupid drop shot shits. It's like, fuck off with that shit. I don't fucking drop shot. I fucking own your shit, and you fucking coming in with the drop shots and the fucking Halo jumping shit. Nah, fuck off, mate. You're fucking crap. Fucking eat shit.
So is anyone? So have you been playing the Call of Duty 4
Sound very
remaster as
aggressive.
well, or
Now,
not?
I've got to be honest. I downloaded it and I didn't actually play it. I kind of deleted it for room for Witcher 3, which I downloaded.
Okay, fair.
Because the one thing, like, joking aside and these stupid swearing aside, like, if I wanted to go back and play Modern Warfare 4, I would just go ahead and get, well, Call of Duty 4 even. I would just go back and play the older version. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I like the fact that there's all these nice graphics in it and all that sort of stuff. And they obviously have, worked really hard on it. But, like, at the end of the day, it's still not going to beat the original. Like, the original was, is going to be the better one.
Mm-hmm. See, I don't really see the point of doing the remaster of COD 4 because, as far as I understood it, only took 5 hours to play. No one actually went back to bloody play it again.
True.
So you just gotta. I mean, I've got a copy of COD 4 on the shelf. I'd rather. I think
it's the nostalgia thing. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I understand sometimes games really are great, but you gotta understand, like, it's 2016. You need to move on from these games that are. I know that sounds really hypocritical because for the most part, like, it probably is a really great game to play, the remaster. But I don't see, personally, I don't have an interest in it, if that makes sense. Like, if I wanted to go back, I would go back and play it.
It's not, to me, it's I mean, there's an awful lot. Sorry, go.
The only joy I think it will have is because it's a remaster, it technically counts as a new game. You're not going to have all the hackers that you would have in the older version, like when you're playing online. I think that's the only joy you're going to have, but that will soon fade away when the game becomes, like, a little bit older and people start hacking it again. You know what I mean? Like, it's a little bit that. So in that terms, things, it's a little bit frustrating, but it is what it is at the end of the day.
Fair dues. What, should we get on to questions?
Yeah.
Facebook questions. I've asked the Twitch channel if they want to do some questions, but everyone's left pretty much because I think we've been boring everybody to death.
Lovely.
I know. What's all that about, mate? What is all that about? So I'm going to do the Facebook questions anyway. So let's do it. Let's do it, people. Right. So, first question is from Tom Harding. I just put Deus Ex Human Revolution back in and now intend to finally finish it. Are there any last gen games you guys never finished and would like to go back to? Good question.
I've got a whole shelf full. Which I'll never play again because I don't have time. So I probably will be selling my 360 collection minus a few choice nuggets in due course.
And
Probably
getting about
Fallout 3
a
for
tenner
me.
for it all.
Never played it.
Probably, yeah.
Well, sorry, Phil, what did you say?
Fallout 3, I never played it.
Wow.
I would like to go back and play it.
It won't take you
But
long.
don't
I
think
finished
the
it.
time.
I finished it in about 15 hours.
No, it's not that long, man.
Nah. Well, it
Oh,
is.
what's this?
It can be
You
if
just-
you want to. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I pretty much played every single game that came out in the 360 era, so I don't think there's any
I know.
games that I can go back to because I played them all.
I know a game that you haven't played.
Go on.
My Sims Sky Heroes.
Why would I want to play that?
That game is great. I
Oh,
fucking loved it when I
Didn't
was
Peeps-
like 12.
Didn't Peeps play that as well?
Probably
I
for the
think
achievements.
He might have
Yeah.
done.
He did. I do recall us taking
In-
the piss out of him.
Was that? He's such a
In-
cheevo whore, isn't he?
In
Yeah.
fairness, that game was pretty fucking awful.
Yeah.
In fairness, he finished it, didn't he? Well, he got somebody else to finish it for him.
Oh dear God.
Or maybe it wasn't Peeves. Maybe I'm not sure who it could be. It sounds like a stunty game as well, doesn't it?
Stop the game.
Poor Stunty.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a message. We actually have a question from Beers, who is probably one of the only people listening live on Twitch. That channel again is twitch.tv/Mojo Interactive. People, please get on it next week. Beers says, anyone else struggling getting into Watch Dogs 2? Well, I'm the only person that's played it on here, and I'm loving it, mate. So I'm not struggling. It's amazing. So that's the answer. No. Okay, next question from Ed Livingston, Big Eddie. Do you guys think games suffer from overhype leading up to their release, especially when we see info on them for sometimes 3 to 4 years before release?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I
definitely.
actually agree. Like, there's been so
Um,
many games that, like, died because, well, they were just overhyped, and then people played them, and then they realized actually this isn't as great as it should have been.
Well, we mentioned one earlier on, didn't we? Like the original Watch Dogs.
Yeah, definitely.
And then obviously this year, No Man's Sky fell to the
Oh.
same thing.
Season.
So don't get me started on that shit. Like,
Don't get him
felt-
started.
I
he goes.
fell. You've got me started. Fuck
He
it.
fell
I'm
for the
done.
hype.
He's off.
Like
He's
so
off.
many
He's
other
off.
people.
I fell for the hype. I was looking forward to it. I downloaded it. I waited up until midnight. I played it. I started enjoying it. And then about a couple of hours in, I thought, hang on a minute. This feels a little bit repetitive. And it turns out it was. It was shit.
Yep.
That
I
game makes me sad
actually know
because-
people who I work with who took the week off to play No Man's Sky and deeply regretted that decision.
Ouch.
See, no, I'm very lucky that I didn't take time off for it. I was considering it. I decided not to, and I'm really glad that I didn't.
There we go. I'm hoping Final Fantasy 15 doesn't have that overhype because we've been waiting for that game for many, many years, and I'm
10
actually
years, mate.
and I'm actually going to the cinema premiere on Tuesday as well.
Sweet.
So I'm really hyped for this game. So I'm
Are you
hoping it
going in
doesn't disappoint-
cosplay?
No, I'm not going to cosplay. I might
You
wear
take
a
your big
Final
sword
Fantasy
along.
T-shirt though.
Are you going to take your big sword along?
No,
So-
because
Get
I'll probably
asked to
get
leave.
arrested.
I do actually have about a week off from work, actually, by the time that comes out. But that was just coincidence.
Nice.
I bet it was a coincidence. Oh my
No, it
God.
was
saying that, when does it come out?
29th, I think.
9 days to go, counting down.
Oh yeah, I've got that week off as well. Fucking high five.
I'm on the fucking night shift, mate, so I won't be playing it.
I
Oh,
won't
that's
be on
devastating.
that podcast that week, I think.
I won't be either because I'll be too busy playing Final Fantasy.
Yes.
Yeah, anyway, let's move on to the next question, because we are running out of time here, and I know that Phil should have gone 45 minutes ago, but he's still here.
I'm waiting.
Two more
Go ahead.
questions. Nigel Arnold says, why do you think this year's Hitman has been skipped by a lot of people? I don't know.
Was there a Hitman?
I
I've
think
said
the
Hitman.
main reason it's been skipped by a lot of people is because they decided to do it in episodes, if I'm not
Yep.
mistaken.
Yeah, digitally and episodic, wasn't it?
It didn't feel like it was finished, you know. And
Well, it wasn't. It was
I quite
episodic,
like
mate.
games to be- I know, but I kind of went. It's not finished, though, is it?
Each episode reviewed well. It was just they shouldn't have
Yeah.
released it like it wasn't even monthly. It was like once a quarter. Like it started. This game originally came out in 2015, and we're in the 2016, and it's just finished stopped. So it was like every 3-4 months that we're bringing out a new episode. There were so many ways to do it, but I think that was a bad move for me personally. I would have preferred just to buy the product, although I did end up buying it. I didn't finish it all because I was still waiting on a new episode coming, and I never actually finished.
Well, I played the
them all.
first episode, and I actually really enjoyed it. But
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, but I didn't enjoy it to the level that I thought, oh, as soon as the next episode's going to come out, I'm going to go out and buy it on like the day it comes out. And now I think all the episodes are out, and they're selling it as like one bundle now. And I just can't be arsed with it, mate. And I don't.
How much is it?
Can't quite put my finger on it. I don't know, because the first episode was like £4 or something on special offer ages ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know they've been bringing the other episodes out, but I think the bundle's like 30 quid or something. But
Yeah.
I just,
It's not bad.
yeah, it's not bad. And, you know, a lot of people are singing its praises, but I think the problem this year has been, there's been so many good games this year, it's kind of just got lost. So that's my
Yeah,
opinion
you're right.
anyway.
There doesn't seem to be any momentum. It kind of just, yeah, you're right. I mean, I was aware of the first episode, and then after that, it was like, shrugging your
don't know what
shoulders a
that
lot.
was.
So I don't know
Is that
what that was.
Transformer or
Carl?
something.
Was that Carl?
That
That was
wasn't
my
me. I
phone.
promise you.
That was my phone. Sorry.
I
Yeah.
would have you know that I've taken a very high level of I can't even fucking speak.
Production value.
Production value
Profession-
and professionalism on this podcast.
Have you got a diploma?
No, but I can write one on a piece of toilet paper.
Okay. Done. Yeah.
Right, so we move on to the last question.
Yeah. Make it a good one.
Okay. Last question is from Tom Harding. How's everyone loving the new clubs feature on Xbox? Hopefully a pretty simple way of getting gamer nights up and running.
There's a new clubs function on Xbox. I saw it the other day and I went, what the fuck's that? And apparently there's a clubs function on Xbox, so tell me how it works. Because I haven't got a clue.
You don't have a clue.
I don't know either.
Are you absolutely serious right now?
Well, I saw it yesterday when I was playing Overwatch. And I went, oh, that looks interesting. What's that? And I haven't clicked on it yet.
Right, so on Xbox there is fuck's sake, you guys just don't know anything there. On
I can tell you all the
Xbox, there's a new clubs feature, right? So basically, there is a club. You should have had an invite, Dan, to the Mojo Interactive Club on Xbox. So it's basically all your friends can group
Yeah.
together within the club and talk to each other. There's a
Ooh.
chat room in there,
Oh.
and an activity board and all sorts of things. You can make a group. You can make parties in there. You can say, I'm looking for a group for Rainbow Six, for example, and everyone in the club will see that. As I say, you can make a group, a club party chat, which everyone can join. It's a really good feature. It's much like the PS4 clubs, but better. So
You've
Yeah,
not got the irritating fucking thing that comes up in the corner that says "There's new posts in your community." Like,
Yes. So and so enter the chat room.
no, not like that. No.
Okay.
that's good.
That's good because the PS4 one is a bit. Well, we all know it's dead. I don't really see the point of it. I mean, I posted something in there to have some Street Fighter contests, and everyone ignored me, which is not unusual.
I literally think it was only myself, you, and maybe one other person that actually picked Street Fighter up. I know
Yeah.
Colin has picked it up, has he? And I think he has got a PS4.
He doesn't. Well, he doesn't plug his PS4 in anymore. It's his Uncharted 4 box.
Oh, God.
Beers has said in the chat that Hitman is £22.50p.
Oh,
That's pretty good.
I love how
Digital,
you ignored I love how you ignored
Yeah.
my question in the
Totally.
game.
What
In the
que-
in the game, in the Twitch.
You shouldn't have to ask questions in the Twitch. You should fucking
The
ask it in
shit.
there. Yeah.
It's because it's a shit question.
Thoughts on remasters? We've already gone through this before. Some are good,
What's
some
that?
are bad.
What about the one
Apparently,
underneath it?
apparently the new Assassin's Creed remaster is absolutely amazing.
Oh,
LOL.
I've seen the video. I've seen the video.
Did you see
Oh,
the picture of that
it's-
one guy in that cutscene who's like, "Rrr,"
Oh, it's so
awful
funny.
looking.
It's
And they're climbing.
unbelievable.
He's got a creepy. Yeah, he's got a creepy bug eyes. He stands there with giant chap lips and bug eyes, looking at you, going, "Hello."
I think it's just the Ubisoft seal of approval, isn't it? I think.
No,
when
no,
stuff like that happens.
I think they got someone on there who basically they treat him in like shit, and he basically put that character model in there as a piss take. And hey,
I
presto.
must admit that is one of the testaments I will say to the Division in a sense. Like I have not seen any weird twitching glitches or anything in that.
Oh, mate, the
To
one
be
in
honest.
Assassin's Creed 2, the Assassin's 2 remaster is not like a it's not like a bug or anything. It's a bad character model. Simple. There's
It's
no
just
way.
hilarious.
No, I've seen climbing animations as well that look like they've got like 2 frames of animation. Have you just put the picture up, have you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
How can you?
I
how
remember
can you
looking
fuck
and
that up?
thinking, is that that's not the remaster, is it? Oh, it is the remastered one. Like,
How can you fuck that up though?
I
just
just
get
don't
someone-
understand. The Xbox 360 one looks so much better.
It's like they got the T-boy to do it.
They've got someone in MS Paint to do it.
yeah, the work. I will give this one to the work experience lad, isn't it? Good lad. Yeah.
Oh, hilarious, isn't it?
Just his fucking face as well. He's like,
It just looks so out of place amongst every other one. There.
Yeah, definitely a glitch. of
It's
some
like the
sort.
fucking that woman in where was it who painted over that fucking work of art?
Yeah.
Jesus picture.
Oh dear. Five Large Fries wants to know when we're going to set up a community night for Smite. I don't know. It's a bit dead now, isn't it?
What, Smite? Smite's played like fucking loads, mate.
Is it? I might play.
Yeah.
I've got
I
the
must admit, I'm
characters, so-
surprised Collie was never into Smite. I know Lord of Letterbox played it a fair bit, didn't he? Back in the day.
Yeah.
That's because Collie was all about heroes of the storm and nothing can beat it. Yeah.
He hasn't gone back. I'm sure they added some new stuff to that, didn't they? Like since
Don't
played it.
tell him that. Don't tell him
Oh.
that. We'll lose him to it.
Shh.
he'll
You'll-
fall down the rabbit
We'll lose
hole.
him. He'll disappear. Exactly.
Yeah, that's it.
Doesn't exist. We've got him back on Xbox, so it's all right.
But yeah, like Smite's like they constantly update Smite as well. Like pretty much every fortnight near on, something like that. They're always bringing out new stuff, which is great. They've really supported that, and especially on console as well. They're pretty much a week behind the PC patches now, which is really good. Because before they used to be about a month behind, which was like obviously really bad. But they're like a week behind.
How have they got around the patches thing then? Because obviously back in the day, I know obviously it's a free to play, so maybe they're exempt. But there was a point when it used to cost like developers like X amount of money for each patch they used to put out on a console after they've released so many.
I think they might have scrapped that. I'm not entirely sure because obviously, with me not being a developer, I have no idea, and obviously we all don't have any idea properly. If by any chance they do have to pay for patches, they make so much money that it will not phase them at all. Because what you gotta understand is like with every patch, they always bring out like new skins and stuff like that, which people will 9 times out of 10 go out and buy, which basically pays for the patch, pays for like the work.
Because
they're doing.
people know what skins they're actually paying for, unlike in certain other games.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Well, the
Like,
ones
What,
that
what, what, what are
PS4.
these other games, mate?
No, I'm not
That's-
even gonna fucking go into it. It's fucking the one with the card packs.
Gears of
I heard
War,
that one.
Gears of War.
Oh, anyway,
he's broken. Look at him.
How old was
Listen to him. He's
That-
destroyed.
I was about to say that is the sound of a broken man right there. It's also the sound of a broken disc.
True.
LOL.
One bloke at work was like, "Oh, I've heard you broken your gears," and I was like, "What gave it away? The fact I've got half of the disc fucking stuck to the front of my locker."
What, you put that on the front of your locker at work?
Yeah, damn right. Yeah,
That's
'cause
hilarious.
everyone at work's got an Xbox One, so it's just like,
Look at this glorious gameplay right here. This is great. Like, how can you say this doesn't look bad? Like, how can you say this doesn't look fun? This looks like so fun.
Can't see
Anyway,
it. What is it?
Anyway,
see anything,
we are going to probably end it here, guys.
Okay,
that's cool.
good.
There is no more questions unless there's anything you guys want to add.
I'm trying to think if there's anything in the news this week.
There's always stuff.
Yeah, it's
really.
the games industry. There is always stuff, isn't there? Just rumoured NX price leaks, wasn't it? $200 to $300, I think it was. It's been like, there's the new one.
Yeah, so that 200 and 250 basing on what game are forecasting, I guess.
They're going to have
at
two
the end of
different
the day-
versions or something.
Yeah, probably one with a higher internal disk drive. So, I mean, I've already put my interest down. I haven't put a deposit down since Amazon announced the pre-order. I am all over that.
I think pretty much most Nintendo consoles recently have come in at under 250 or under, haven't they?
Yeah, well, I'm thinking that as well. And there's a rumor is that Zelda probably won't make the launch, which would be annoying.
No,
but
yeah,
we'll
I've
see.
heard this as well.
We'll see.
So they better have something pretty interesting for the launch and stuff. I mean, fair enough, you've got like Skyrim Special Edition, which would have
There's no
interested
point.
me a fair bit, but I've now got it already on the PS4, so
I guarantee it'll. Well, you might just get a load of rehashed Wii U titles, mightn't you? That's the thing.
One thing that they're doing wrong, mate, with the Nintendo Switch, is not launching it with Zelda, mate. That is a massive, big
We
as
don't
shit.
know that. We don't know that's for sure yet. We'll wait and see. That's the rumor, though.
Yeah.
yeah, they should always launch with the first party exclusive.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Whether it be Mario Kart, whatever, but that's the one that will. I don't know. We'll wait and see. Let's just wait and patiently wait.
Yep. Anyway, guys, I want to end it here. Thank you very much for coming on. It's been fantastic.
No worries.
So, from me, Mark Webb, gamertag Webby317.
And me, Urban Big P, Potato.
Off to start his own Xbox 360 or not? Xbox. I can't even fuck it.
LOL!
I'm not
out
even
of
going to
practice.
attempt Sensei Switch.
And me, 5 large fries.
So thank you very much. Don't forget to visit the website mojo-interactive.net. You can follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/360gamercast. Find us on Twitter, Mojo_INT. Find us on Discord. I will put a link up, and you can also find us on an Xbox group and on the PS4 group, which no one really talks in.
I think the last post in the PS4 group was literally, I think, about 3 months ago, mate.
Yep. So stick with the Xbox, mate. It's the future. So thank you very much. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Ooh.
All right. Is that where we stop talking? Or?
I'm literally just going to check the community group.
We are supposed to talk right now.
Yeah, you're meant to be quiet there, you fuckers. For like 10 seconds. You can't even handle 10 seconds!
No.
For fuck's
I
sake.
don't know this works. Can you play it again?
No, it's done now. I will edit it for the main show anyway. It's just for the new YouTube video.
Oh.
It's fine.
I don't know how this thing works.
Sorry.
What's the matter?
Yeah, we had one from a guy in the Bay Area, Mexican in the Bay Area. Whether it's the same guy who was listening in the Twitch earlier. Esclavo.
I don't see it.
Then
because
Jackpot and Joe
Twitch chat. What?
asked about Battlefield 1 Squad on the 24th of October, and then we've got 3 since then.
Where's this? On the Twitch?
On the Mojo
Oh,
Interactive.
on the PS4.
On the
Oh,
PS4,
right.
yeah.
Lol.
That's
I do like
That's
the way
really busy.
you can add the background and stuff to it. Can you still
Yeah.
do that on the Xbox?
I don't know. Probably not.
version.
Oh, I think it's funny because people send me messages on PlayStation all the time saying, "Oh, hey Webby, I love the podcast." I'm like, "Hey man, how's it going?" And they're like, "Oh, do you want to play some Battlefield?" I'm like, "Mate, have you got it on Xbox?" They're like, "No." I'm like, "Well, I can't play with you then."
Never mind.
I like that. Someone's just put to anyone that voted Remain, go fuck yourself. You lost. Posted on the
Ah!
25th of the 6th. I'm not
Who
going
wrote
to say,
that?
mate. I'll leave them anonymous.
Is it on PS4? Is it?
Yeah, PS4 group.
Yeah.
You can find
I'll
it yourself.
kick him out of the group. That's how we
No,
deal
man,
with democracy.
people are
And
entitled to their own
Stunty shouting out Independence Day shortly after.
Yeah.
I reckon it was
Collie Wally,
yeah.
what's the point in all of this?
Yeah.
Awesome stuff.
Oh,
Cool,
there was a fair
guys.
few. There was quite a bit of chatter going on at the start, and then
Yeah,
it just
but
got
it kind
forgotten.
of tailed off, mate.
Bit like, well, it was in the when the podcast was in a bit of a lull, wasn't it? Let's be honest.
Dude,
We're quieting down a little bit.
we're never in a lull. We're always awesome. I think everyone just wants to join at the beginning to listen to what I have to say, and then as soon as I'm done, everyone just leaves.
No, they leave because they listen to what the crew, Fantasy 14, and Forza Horizon again and again and again and again.
Lol.
It's like what you've been playing. Oh, I think the new one's going to be Armour Free because I've heard you play that several times now.
Dude, I've only played
Yeah.
it a few times. It's just every time that you're on.
Yeah, Armour Free, the crew, Final Fantasy 14, and Forza Horizon.
I didn't play any
Can
Forza
I-
this week.
Can I make a suggestion for the podcast?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Can we make it so that we like each host has a maximum of 2 games that they talk about, like in their what they're playing?
I'm happy with that.
Because what happens is you'll get someone that may have only played like 1 or 2 games, but then you might have another person that's played like 20 to 25 games, and they're there like fucking for
Yeah, but
half hour.
we never really do have anyone on there that bangs on like that. I mean, that you used to be a bit like that back in the day, Dan.
Yeah, but
in the
now I
early
just play
days,
it-
but
I play for about 2 hours tops a week now.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's
Well, you
happened
might
to
end up
you?
with-
Because
Huh?
what's great about doing that is like obviously it shortens up the amount of time that you're talking about like certain game, like the games that you've been playing, right? But it also allows you to expand and talk about like those 2 games in a little bit more depth. Because otherwise, what you
Sort
get,
of, yeah, but I usually get stuff pretty much done and then end up repeating the same bollocks. Like finding out I'm repeating myself.
Mate, I
I'm
talked
trying
about
to explain
6
stuff.
games, and it took me 10 minutes. And that
I
was
talked
great.
about 2,
You
and
know,
it took me 10 minutes.
Yeah, the only problem is with certain games, like some of the stuff I play, especially, like it's hard to get over all the mechanics and what the game's actually like in just like.
mate, all you have to
couple of
say,
minutes.
Switch, is this game has anime girls with short dresses and their tits hanging out. That's why
Yeah,
I like
and then
it.
people
Job
get
done.
the wrong fucking idea.
Stop
That's the
playing those
only
games.
reason why you play it. And that video of Street Fighter 5, mate, I can see why you play that and all.
I don't fucking use jury, mate. I fucking suck with jury.
I'm
More
quite
like
good
you
with jury.
suck off jury.
Oh god, here we go.
Lol.
Notice,
Right, guys.
notice how I didn't make any crude jokes like that in the podcast.
Are we still
Are you
recording?
quite reserved?
Yes,
Yes,
and we are still
actually.
recording and still streaming, by the way.
Right. Oh great.
Outtakes,
That's
mate,
all right.
it's
No one,
great.
no
Everyone
one's
likes
listening
outtakes.
now, are they?
Yeah, man.
Don't say fuck, cunt or bollocks.
No, don't say that. It's rude.
Okay.
Naughty.
Very naughty.
On that note, I'm going to go. And,
Wahahaha.
it's time to go home now.
Yep, right, guys, we're going to end. Thank you, everybody on the Twitch for listening in. That's the outtakes for this week. Not very long, so there we go.
No, they're a bit shit.
Yeah. We'll try and make them more entertaining next week.
We need
Yeah,
Collie
I
on
won't.
for his take on the Trump presidency and stuff.
Yes,
don't
we need
really?
some Americans on, man. We need to know their thoughts and feelings.
Howdy, y'all.
They've buried their heads in the sand. A lot of them.
Yeah, I think a lot of them are just numb.
Well, the majority voted for him, mate. So over half the
No, they
country
didn't.
love him.
No, they did. No, Hillary Clinton actually got the popular vote.
Yeah,
Just the
Yeah, but-
American college system, basically
Dude, it's the
handed
same
Trump
in the UK with our system as well.
yeah, it's exactly the same as ours. Yeah,
Yeah.
like with the
Exactly,
different, like-
exactly. And so I pointed out your incorrect assumption and statement just then.
Yeah.
Well, I, for one, welcome our Lord and Savior, Donald Trump.
Well, Jesus Christ, you are fucked.
Hey, did you see today that the Queen has invited him for tea?
Oh my god, that's going to
What
be
the
fucking
fuck?
hilarious.
She's invited him over for tea.
Who
Cup of
reported
tea and
that? I haven't seen that.
crumpets. Still on
Actually,
news,
I'm
mate.
quite. I am quite surprised. None of us talked about like the biggest new release this week.
What was that?
Fucking Pokemon.
Oh, who gives a fuck about that 12-year-old
That's not even out
game?
yet.
Oh,
Not
Oh,
in
for
the UK.
12-year-olds.
Oh, I was going to say, you just about to say gives a fuck. 10 million people, they've already sold 10 million copies of that game straight out of the bat, like in pre-orders and shit.
Yeah, not to us though, so it doesn't count.
Yeah, not to the old
Yeah.
men of the world.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
also, it was available early for people to pirate.
Yeah,
But
and they
anyone who
got their
pirated
consoles
it
banned.
got
Yeah.
Instantly banned, like for life, from like the eShop and everything on their accounts.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, someone's
Oh,
dying. Oh, goodness me.
That's
Goodness
all right, I've
me.
said that.
I just want to say
I've-
hi
I've
to
had shit for
Clarky,
over a
who's
week.
literally just joined us.
Is that Clarky 79?
Yeah, and we've ended. This is
Alright,
outtakes,
Clarky.
mate.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to jump off because I want to play some Rainbow Six.
Yeah, and I'm going to have some toast and watch Planet Earth 2.
Oh, is that on
So,
now? Planet Earth
Oh, it'll
2?
be on
Well,
iPlayer, wouldn't it?
Well,
Yeah,
it was
Planet
on
Earth
that.
2. Do you want to watch it? We're probably going to watch that actually. So I'll play some Rainbow tomorrow. Beers, if you're listening, Rainbow tomorrow, be there. 8 AM, I'll be on.
Yeah, well,
Dude,
yeah,
me and
fucking
Beers
hell.
do 8 AM sessions, mate.
I need to
Christ.
start doing some Battlefield with people as well. I've just been waiting for when loads of people are on.
Have you got it? Did you buy it? Did you buy it? Did you buy it?
Oh, I bought Battlefield 1 day one,
Are
mate.
you going to be online tomorrow?
I will be at some point.
Okay,
so we'll
so-
arrange something tomorrow.
We
if
will
you
make
can.
a schedule. I've got an 8 AM session on Rainbow
Don't
with
forget,
Beers.
I have to fit my dailies in, mate. at
Yeah,
some
so
point.
Dailies.
well, I need to do I'm doing my dailies now, and then and then your next dailies don't start till 3 o'clock in the afternoon, mate. So as long as you do Battlefield before then, it's fine. So shall we say between 10 and 11, and do some Battlefield?
Yeah,
Hey,
that could
okay.
work. Yeah, because I'll get my dailies done about 9.
Okay, I was
I've
gonna
got
say
some
like,
broad shoulders. I can
Yeah.
carry you all.
all right, cool. So Beers is
That's
up for that as
all
well.
the merrier.
So
All
we'll
the
do
merrier.
Rainbow then Battlefield tomorrow, and then I've got to have a lunch break with Leanne because she comes home for lunch, and then we'll do dailies in the afternoon. Sweet, done. Job done, mate. That's our day sorted. Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll play a bit of Killing Floor in the morning then, and then jump on the dailies when you're doing the dailies.
Yeah, I'll do an hour of studying at some point as well. So yeah. Anyway, anyway, guys, we need to go. We need to end this, and we will see everybody soon. Thank you.
Cool.
Bye.
All right, see you later.
Bye. 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 Bye.